Hello everyone! Shalom! מה העניינים? מה קורה? מה הולך? This is a whole nother subject, but there are so many ways to say what's up in Hebrew. מה העניינים? מה קורה? מה הולך? מה נשמע? מה שלומך? מה שלומך? I feel like there's another one. What's the other one? I don't know. I'm like blanking right now. Anyway, how you guys doing? What's up? What's new? מה חדש? That's another one. It's Marissa. I'm back again, and this week, actually today, it's the first day of May. So happy May, everyone. Springtime is among us. I think, is it already spring? I don't know. Oh wow, it's been spring for a while actually. Since March. Okay, didn't know that. We're in the thick of it now. The weather's changing. It's lovely outside. I started wearing sandals again. In fact, this long sleeve shirt kind of feels inappropriate in this weather. Something I like to think about this time of year are the holidays. In the US, the holidays are in November and December. Usually the holidays start around Thanksgiving, which is the end of November, and then they continue into December, where the last of the holidays is like Hanukkah and Christmas. But in Israel, there are actually two times of year where you have the holidays. In the early springtime, you have Passover, Yom HaZikaron, Yom HaTzmaut, those go together. So those are some holidays. And then in the fall, like in September and October, you have Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, Sukkot, and then you have Hanukkah in the winter. I don't really know what happened in the US because Hanukkah has become, or Hanukkah, I don't say it with a chet. I grew up in the US, I'm sorry. Hanukkah has become the holiday in the US, the Jewish holiday. I think it's because Hanukkah is so close to Christmas. It's the December Jewish holiday, so it has become the huge Jewish holiday in the US. So it's been a few weeks since we finished Yom HaTzmaut and Passover, and now it's getting into the summertime. We're kind of in between holidays at this point, you know? We finished the spring holidays and now we're going into the fall holidays. This is all to say that I've been reflecting a lot on the Jewish holidays, especially after moving to Israel and getting to experience them in Israel. And I have a few questions. I mean, would it be a Marissa video if I didn't have some questions for my Israeli audience? I don't think it would. So here we are. I'm gonna ask you guys some questions about the Jewish holidays, and I wanna see what you guys have to say. Maybe you can enlighten me. This is what we do now. This is you and me, okay? It's May 1st. On May 16th is when Shavuot starts. So hopefully I can get all my questions sorted out before Shavuot. So without further ado, let's get into these questions, and hopefully you guys can help me sort out and make sense of all these questions that I have related to Jewish holidays. Let's do it! Okay guys, let's get into the first question. Since Shavuot is the next holiday we'll be celebrating, I thought it would be apropos to make my first question about Shavuot. Shavuot is actually one of my favorite holidays. Can you guess why? I know it's very Israeli to how you say it, al ha'esh, or barbecue. I think on the fire, barbecuing, isn't that the same thing? I don't know. I know a lot of Israelis love barbecuing. They love putting meat on the fire and grilling it up. It's like a very quintessential part of Yom HaTzmaut, and even the day after Passover, there's a lot of al ha'esh going on. But for me, I am not very much a meat kind of lady. I don't, how you say it, love meat. So when I discovered there's a holiday where you only eat dairy products, I was thrilled. Shavuot, ironically, is the only holiday where all you eat is dairy products. Everything is dairy. My first Shavuot was crazy. No one told me that there was only going to be dairy products on the table. And let me tell you, I love dairy products. Have I made this abundantly clear already? I walk into the room, I see the dinner table. There's pizza, there's pasta, lasagna, bread, cheese, pashtida. Oh, I'm dreaming about it right now. I was in heaven. Heaven. And thank goodness that you get a day off work the day after Shavuot just to digest all the food that's gone into your body in the past 24 hours. I was in a food coma for a good 12 hours after Shavuot. I just had to digest. My body was working overtime. Before I ask my question, I just want to say I have no complaints about Shavuot. I love Shavuot. It's chef's kiss. But I do want to ask the question, why do we only eat dairy products on Shavuot? I've never gotten an answer to this, and also I've never wanted to ask. I'm just curious as to why. Why did this tradition start of only eating dairy products on Shavuot? I can't even think of a good answer for this. I usually like to answer my own questions with hypotheses, but I can't even think of a good answer to this. Maybe everyone was just tired of eating meat after Yom HaTzmaut and they're like, can we just have some pizza and pasta, please? That's what I would say. Are you guys a a fan of Shavuot, or am I the only one? I think it might just be me. You're probably wondering where we are right now. This is my closet, and we are at my closet for a very specific reason. I gotta know something. How come you only wear white on holidays? I've noticed this. It's the biggest question I have. Why do we only wear white when it's the holidays? I want to show you my closet. I want to show you it right now. Okay, come, look. Do you see a lot of white in there? No, because I don't own a lot of white clothing. Do you want to know why? Because when I'm picking out clothing, okay, black is slimming. Another reason why I don't wear white is because when you go to a wedding, which I've actually been attending more of since I've become more of an adult. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm 25. As I've gone to more and more weddings, I've started intentionally not buying white clothes so that I can wear them to weddings, because you know what they say? You can't wear white at a wedding. Only a bride can wear white. So the fact that I have to buy clothing that's white for the holidays and clothing that's not white for weddings and special events, I don't know, I'm spending so much money. So my question is, how come we wear white when it's a holiday? I've asked this question multiple times and I never seem to get a concrete answer as to why we wear white. So if you know the true and correct answer, I'd love to hear it. I think it's because white is a very pure color and black is a very depressing color. I prefer not to think of it this way. You know, since we're eating so much food, I think black is a great color to wear because it hides all the food in your stomach, whereas white kind of shows the food off. Maybe that's why we do it. Maybe to show our meal off. Okay guys, the next thing I want to talk about is Rosh Hashanah. I've been doing Rosh Hashanah since I was a little kid, and I have to say, the fish head, I just have so many questions. I know the reason why we have to have the fish head on the table. Rosh Hashanah means the head of the year, so we have a fish head to celebrate the head of the year. Makes sense, right? But it's so gross. Every Rosh Hashanah, I lose my appetite looking at the fish head. Of all the living creatures on this planet, why the fish, you know? It is arguably the most disgusting, with the fish eyes and the scaly texture and no. Why? Why must we put this on the table where we eat our food, where we eat our delicious, delicious dinner? Is it some kind of like cruel way to have us start our diets early? Wow, head start on our diet, head of the year. I think maybe I'm onto something. But you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think any decapitated animal would look good on the dinner table. Like, I don't want to see any animal head when I'm eating my dinner. Thank you very much. You know, I guess the fish was just the best of the worst. I understand it now. I'm sorry I ever questioned your judgment. I get it. I'd rather look at a fish head than like a cat head on the table. Oh God, I don't even want to think about that. But like, why couldn't we have just not had a decapitated head at all? Like, can't we have like a head of lettuce? A head of lettuce. Can we have a head of lettuce to celebrate the head of the year? I'd love to look at a head of lettuce on my dinner table. Lettuce is harmless. I want to know, what do vegans put on the Rosh Hashanah dinner table? Vegetarians might display a head of cabbage or lettuce. Head of lettuce. Look at me. I'm a freaking genius over here, okay? I'm not here to shake up things that we've been doing for thousands and thousands of years. I'm just here to ask why we chose the fish head, you know? I feel like a head of lettuce is so much more inviting than a fish head. Maybe it's just me. It's probably me. Okay, everyone. There is something that has been on my mind for years now, and I've really just kind of let it sink into the corner of my mind where I just accept it and I don't ask questions. But today, I'm going to ask you guys something I've never understood about Israel or Israeli culture, and this kind of bleeds into the holidays because we are eating so much food when the holidays come around. There's usually a big meal with a huge variety of foods. Before the big meal comes out, there's usually an array of starters on the table. I'm talking matbucha, I'm talking olives, I am talking eggplant in trina, chatzilim, malafafon, ve'agveniot, ma'od, challah, you know, all those kinds of dips and spreads and all that kind of jazz. And that's exactly my question. In Israel, matbucha and trina and hummus and everything else, it's called salad. Salatim. Salatim? Yeah, can. Salatim. Also cucumbers and tomatoes together. That's a salad. This is not a salad in the US. This is not what we call salad. In the US, salad is simply lettuce or chasa and dressing. That's salad. In Israel, a salad can be anything. A salad can be eggplant. A salad can be cucumbers and tomatoes chopped together and put in a bowl. That's usually what we call a chopped salad or an Israeli salad, but it's not a salad salad salad. It must have chasa or it's not a salad. Matbucha, for example, in Israel, that's a salad. In the US, that would be considered a dip or a spread. Hummus is a weird one because I think in Israel, people consider hummus to be a spread. But in America, hummus is a dip, but also in Israel, hummus can be a salad. It's very confusing for me, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It seems to me that everything before the main dish in Israel is salatim. And it confuses me on levels I can't even comprehend. Because to me, salad is just lettuce. It's all very confusing to me. Let's just take an apple out here. We are going to need this. The apple, a very symbolic part of Rosh Hashanah. On Rosh Hashanah, it's very customary to eat apples with honey to represent a sweet new year. On Hanukkah, it's customary to eat sufganiyot. Actually, it's very customary to eat oily food on Hanukkah in general. It's to represent the oils from the candles. On Purim, oznei chaman. It's the ear of chaman. In the US, we call it chamantashen. On Passover, you eat matzah, but here's what I want to ask. So many of these holidays have a designated food that you eat. A very symbolic food to represent the holiday that usually all the bakeries in Israel are selling at that time of year. If you walk into a bakery around Purim, you're gonna find all different kinds of oznei chaman. Well, here's my question. What about the other holidays? What are the customary foods for Lag BaOmer? I mean, I personally think it's bamba and bisli because when you're around the campfire, all you want to do is grab a handful of bamba and bisli and shove it in your mouth, but maybe that's just me, I don't know. What is the designated food for Yom Ha'atzmaut? Katzitzot? What's the designated food for Tu B'Av? Chocolate maybe? I don't know. What's the designated food for Sukkot? I don't know. I've never thought about this before. I don't think Sukkot has a food. Oh, you know what? You know what I think it is? Limon or pomegranates. Because you always hang like little pomegranates outside the tent. Maybe? I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. I want to know what you guys think are the designated foods for Shavuot, Sukkot, Lag BaOmer, and Tu B'Av. Tell me. Okay, everyone, those are all the questions that I have related to Jewish holidays here in Israel. I hope you guys know this is all in good fun. Take it with a grain of salt. And I hope that you guys can actually enlighten me as to why we do some of the traditions that I mentioned. It would actually be super interesting to know. I've always wondered why we wear white on the holidays. So if you know, please let me know. I gotta know why I'm spending extra money to buy some white dresses. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you have a lovely Shavuot with all your family and that you get to eat lots of delicious dairy things. It's the one time a year where there is no diet. The word diet doesn't exist. Go crazy, okay? You have my permission. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
רגע, לא לעבור לסרטון הבא. אני לוסי אריש, ולי ולחברים שלי יש משהו מאוד חשוב להגיד לכם.
בדמוקרטTV אנחנו עושים תוכן מכל הסוגים.
מעניין, מעמיק, מגוון וגם פאן.
דמוקרטTV הוא ערוץ עצמאי שמומן על ידיכם, על ידי הצופים.
כדי שנמשיך לעשות תוכן איכותי, כמו זה שראיתם עכשיו, בדמוקרטTV.
אנחנו צריכים אתכם.
דמוקרטTV הוא תוכן שלכם ובשבילכם. תודה.